Hello everybody, how are we all doing? Welcome to That's Football. I'm Mark Goldbridge and this is your latest football transfer news. We're going to be talking Jack Grealish, Kounde, Locatelli, Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool. Everybody is going to get a mention except for some of the... I tell a lie, not everyone's going to get a mention. I'm not talking about Burnley or anyone like that, but we've got lots of transfer news to give you this morning. And we're going to start off with Jack Grealish because this is quite an interesting story for me and this channel. Yesterday, Fabrizio Romano and other outlets saying that that Manchester City are in official talks with Aston Villa to take Jack Grealish to Manchester City. First of all, not a Man City fan, Manchester United fan, but sometimes you've got to look beyond your own club's support, I believe, and that's what That's Football's all about. I think Jack Grealish is a fantastic footballer, and I think if Pep Guardiola, one of the best managers in the world, wants you, what a tick in the box that is for Jack Grealish. And, you know, Southgate, sit down, you prat. I mean, your misuse of Grealish in the summer was ridiculous. One of the world's best managers wants Jack Grealish. I think that's a massive vindication of the talent that Jack Grealish is, and I think he is a very talented player. I'm not excited about the prospect of him playing for Manchester City. I'd rather he stayed at Villa. But for his career, he needs to play Champions League football. He wants to win things. He's in his mid-20s. What a move this is for Jack Grealish. And when Pep Guardiola, who's got Foden, Sterling, Mahrez, Torres, who can play those positions, De Bruyne, and he wants Jack Grealish. I mean, how high does he rank Jack Grealish that he wants to pay 70, 80, 90 million pounds for him? Grealish is probably going to start for Man City and potentially bench a Foden, a Sterling, a Mahrez, a Silva. Very, very exciting signing in that sense. I mean, not excited from a United point of view, not at all. But, quality you should be able to appreciate. And Grealish, I'm not going to say Grealish is a bad player or a bad signing because he's going to a rival. He's a fantastic player. And the talks are there between Manchester City and Villa. And this is interesting because we spoke about this at the back end of the Euros where I said Grealish to Manchester City is done, effectively done. They're waiting to announce it after the Euros and after Grealish has been on holiday. He's still on holiday. I think he's still, is it Depravnich or something like that? I think he's on loan. Not on loan. He's not on loan. He's on holiday there, so he's not back yet. So it'd be interesting how this develops because I was told this coming up for a month ago that this deal is effectively done and it will happen. It's just about the Euros being completed and obviously holidays being completed. Look, maybe he will still stay at Villa. Maybe that information I got wasn't right, but it was from somebody who's pretty decent. And I've got nothing to gain. I don't want Grealish to go to City. I want him to stay at Villa. So, give you the information. Let's see if it comes to pass. Grealish to Manchester City. It sounds like it's going to happen. There's talk that Pep wants him in before the Charity Shield game or Community Shield game, which is next weekend, which we'll do a watch along for on this channel. And look, very, very, as I said, if it wasn't Man City, I'd be very, very intrigued to see this. Well, I'm going to be very intrigued to see what this is. I just don't want Man City to dominate English football, but I think Grealish, given the platform, is a player that Villa, everyone knows he's the best player at Villa, and yet he still shines. At Man City, he won't, I don't think he will be the best player, but he's going to get a lot more space, a lot more service, a lot more attacking support. Very interesting. Very interesting to see what they end up paying for him as well. Does it stop Kane going to Man City? I don't know. I mean, as I said with Harry Kane, when it came out at the start of the summer that he was leaving, he wanted to leave Spurs, that was obviously coming from, credible sources, probably from Harry Kane himself. I wouldn't have thought that you'd say you're leaving or you want to leave unless you know that you've got a good escape route. And, it just looks a bit odd if he's basically leaked that he wants to leave and then he ends up staying at Spurs. He'll still be a Spurs legend, of course he will, and he'll still play 100% for Spurs, but he did want the move and it didn't happen. Let's talk about Jules Kounde. This is a deal for Chelsea. Very eager to sign for Chelsea. Very good player, I believe. But the hold up at the moment is that Sevilla want very good money now. Now, we were talking about it being £25 million plus Zuma. And I would suppose you would value Zuma around 40 million. He's not a bad centre-back. He's not 49 and, rubbish. He's a decent centre-back. He had a good loan at Everton. He was a decent player for Chelsea last year. I think in the modern market, if you were to sell him to an Everton, you'd probably expect to get 40 million for him. So 25 plus 40, 65 million is the value of the deal for Zuma plus 25 million to get Kounde to Chelsea. I would have thought that would have been reasonable, but there's talk that there's a 20% sell-on fee to the club that Sevilla bought Kounde from, and also that they want more like 85 million. Now, 85 million euros isn't far off £65 million. Now, maybe Chelsea are going to have to go up to about 70, 75, which would be, 35 million plus Basuma, but not Basuma, Zuma. It's the Zuma bit I'm getting stuck on. So I think Chelsea will get that deal done. They've got the money to get that deal done. It's not like United who will be trying to argue for 6 weeks over 5 million. I think they will get that deal done. But the hold up seems to be the shaping of the deal, and it's always difficult when you've got another player going the other way. But I think that will be a good deal for Chelsea. Locatelli. And both those deals I would expect to get done next week. I think Kounde to Chelsea will be official next week, and I think that Grealish to Manchester City will move quick. Man City are very quick when they want something to get done, and I think that will move quick. And it will move quick if it's true what I was told a month ago, that this deal is basically done. I would have if that is true, I would expect this deal to happen quickly. If Man City are only just in talks to Villa, it might take a little while. But I think there's a lot been done there for some reason, as I was told. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, there's even talk of Villa offering him a new contract, but he's not going to turn his back on Man City. Pep Guardiola wants you, champions of England. You're going to play Champions League football. You're going to earn big money. You're going to play with better players. He loves Villa, but could Villa fans really hold it against Grealish taking that opportunity? You might hold it against him going to Arsenal or even United, but Man City under Pep. Locatelli, talking about Arsenal, they do want Locatelli. I've always said Locatelli will go to Juventus. There is another English club interested. I would say this, we need a holding midfielder at Manchester United. I would love Locatelli to come to Manchester United. I'm sure Arsenal fans would love him to go to Arsenal, but he will go to Juventus. I don't think that many Italian players, especially midfielders, tend to leave Italy at a young age and come to an English club. I know Verratti did it with PSG, but it doesn't happen very often. We've been linked as United to Barella and Tonali in the past, and they just end up moving to other Italian clubs, and I think that will be the case with Locatelli and Juventus. The only interesting thing there, and I suppose the slither of hope for the English club and Arsenal, is that the money Arsenal will be offering will be easier than it is for Juventus. Juventus at the moment don't have... Juventus are a bit like Real Madrid. Massive club in their country, but financially things are not as easy as they have been, and I think Premier League clubs seem to be in a better financial situation, so maybe that's something for Arsenal fans to hold on to. They certainly are looking for a midfielder. Xhaka to Roma is still building. I think that's going to happen very soon as well. In other news, West Ham going to get the goalkeeper that was on loan from to Fulham last year, Areola, isn't it? Good goalkeeper. Interesting signing. I don't know what. So that's for West Ham. I mean, that'd be a very interesting signing for West Ham. I'd be interested to see what West Ham can do next season. They had such a good season last year. I'm not convinced Declan Rice will leave. If they could get Lingard and get a good goalkeeper in as well, maybe they can go again. I think Arsenal should go for Areola, by the way. They're looking at Ramsdale for 30 million. Areola's cheaper than that, and I think he's better than that. But if Arsenal are looking for a goalkeeper, that's what I would say. Manchester City, Ederson is set to be handed a 3-year contract. That's according to The Athletic. As we know, Tottenham are looking at Christian Romero. Good signing. I know we're not mentioning Tottenham much. I don't know Tottenham. If you can keep Harry Kane, Son signed a new contract. I'm not convinced by Nuno. I was never really impressed with Nuno as a Wolves manager. I think when he's doing well, they're a hard team to beat, but... yeah, they're not that entertaining. Christian Romero is a very interesting signing. United were looking at him. He's a good centre-back, and I think it'd be very interesting to see whether they can get hold of him. But look, it would be a good signing. They need to sort their defence out. Lukaku's made it clear he wants to stay with Italian champions Inter Milan. That's interesting from Gazzetta dello Sport. It's gone very quiet around Romelu Lukaku. Chelsea and Manchester City need top-class strikers. I think for Chelsea, I always felt Lukaku was a good option, but he seems to be very happy in Italy, so you can't do it if the player doesn't want to come. I think Chelsea would like Haaland, but they can't do that deal at that price. Well, they can, but it's ridiculous money. Harry Kane isn't going to go from Spurs to Chelsea. I think Chelsea would love Kane, Haaland or Lukaku, and they've got the money to buy one of the three, but they just can't get them. And then when you go beyond those three, you're moving away from what Chelsea want. Chelsea want the final piece of the puzzle up front. They want a guaranteed goal scorer, which is why they've been linked to Lewandowski. I'd be interested to see what you say in the chat about where Chelsea should go now. If they can't get Lukaku, they can't get Haaland, they can't get Kane, they can't get Lewandowski. Those four players are four of the best strikers in the world. Who do they go as option 5? you've got to look at the best strikers in the world, but you're running out of them. And people will say, well, maybe go for Isaac or someone like that. I mean, he's a good striker, but he's not one of the best strikers in the world. It might not work. It could be another Werner. So it's difficult for Chelsea. They've got the money within reason, but they can't get the player. So where they're going to go. Look, thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe. Remember, I've dropped the link in the video description for my FIFA career mode. What a night it was last night, episode 4. All 4 episodes are on Twitch. Links in the video description. Goldbridge TV on Twitch. We're back. We're doing quite well now. We had a really good stream last night. But you can start it from episode 1 if you want. Check it out on Twitch. Make sure you give me a follow on there. And episode 5 should be coming out at some point today. I'll speak to you all in a bit. Thanks very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and smash a like.